Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video we're going to talk about Kiwi US dollar. This hasn't really been on our radar for a while, but there's an interesting sort of setup that we could be looking at, and it could go either way. So I wanted to do a little bit of analysis on this, just show you what price could do and what we could be looking for in either situation. So Kiwi pushing to the downside slightly, but if we look at it from a trend point of view, we are pretty much in an uptrend. The market is making those higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so it's still climbing to the upside. At the moment, we're kind of just pushing into this sort of kind of triangle pattern market, finding a bit of support at these lows currently. But yeah, essentially price is overall to the upside. We do have a bit of a supporting zone just through here where price is finding that support. If we look left, we can see the market has found some support and resistance there most recently. So price is at a point where it could do one or two things. It could break to the upside, maybe these trend lines here. So we've got this kind of triangle pattern forming, so we could get a breakout to the upside through there, or we could break down to the downside and look for shorting opportunities. Now, the only reason we'll look for shorts is if the stock markets were starting to fall. Now, at the moment, stock markets are still rising. If I go back and take a look at the stock markets and DAX in particular, the market is still pushing to the upside. If we look at the Dow as well, market very similar with these triangle patterns, finding a bit of support. Yesterday, bullish candlestick, could see that momentum continue into today. So Kiwi really still potentially looking for some upside, and the only way we'd look for that downside is if we were to get some bearishness from stock markets, because we know that Kiwi is one of our risk currencies. It doesn't perform particularly well when the stock market falls, but performs pretty great when the stock markets climb. So this area here is going to be crucial to us. The market currently in here finding a bit of support. If it breaks and closes below, we're looking for short opportunities. So on the buying side of things, if we go down into that hourly time frame, what we could be looking for is a nice little change of cycle. At the moment, everything's still very bearish here on the hourly, because we've got this market pushing to the downside. Our trend is pushing lower. It'd actually probably look a bit better on a 15-minute time frame. So let me just drop it to a 15-minute. You'll see that trend is very much to the downside on the 15-minute. If we just take a look at it from this view here, and the market is making those lower lows and lower highs at the moment, just retesting that low through there. So if the market drops again, retest this point and then bounces and double bottoms on the 15-minute and changes that cyclicity like we've been talking about, those double bottom patterns in particular, or even sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern. So what that would look like is a move up like this, then something like that with a breakout. Any kind of change in cycle pattern here would be interesting to see if we were going to get that upside. So if you see any kind of pattern like this, you could be looking for that long opportunity on Kiwi, because price is technically at this daily level of support. So you want to be watching for a potential move back up to the upside. So that was the weekly time frame, back up to the upside, because the market is creating this consolidation pattern after coming from an area of bullishness. So typically you do see that breakout to the upside. Okay, so let's keep an eye on this. Let's see if the stock markets can push to the downside. If they are, we're looking for shorts on this market, with price likely to come back and retest these highs. If the market continues to bounce and we see that change in cycle on the 15-minute for a long opportunity, we're looking for further upside to Kiwi. So a little bit of in the middle of sort of two minds here on Kiwi, but all nonetheless, good little bit of breakdown here, and because we're at that area, good little area of structure, where we can look to analyze the market. So keep an eye on Kiwi, could be one to watch, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.